Hello Stitchy friends, welcome to the Starlight Stitching Co. Flosstube video number 32. Today is Thursday, March 21st, 2024. I had to think a little bit to remember what the date was. My name is Amanda Corbett and I am the creator behind Starlight Stitching Co. This is my little corner of the internet where I share whatever crafty goodness I've been getting up to for the last little bit. If you're new here, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. I hope you enjoy what I have to share with you today. So just a quick overview. I don't have any fully finished items or any stitched finished items. It feels like forever since I've had a stitched finish. But I do have a couple of whips, not very many whips, and quite a bit of haul. So let's dive in and see what I have to share with you today. So since I don't have any fully finished items, I thought I would quickly share a previous finish. This is my Hello Spring chart. This is available as a PDF and a paper pattern on my website. And we just, or I'm sorry, not Hello Spring, Spring Song is what it's called. I can't even remember the name of my own chart. And it has this sweet little bluebird singing its pretty little song sitting on a branch, and the word spring in some beautiful viney letters. And this is on a fabric that I dip dyed with some Rit dye and played around with. And it is finished on a barn piece from Chantel's 141 Design Company, which I will link below. I'll put that back up later. So now let's dive into some whips. Which whip should we go with first? Okay, those are plans. I can't share that one. Okay, so one of my whips that I have been spending the most amount of time on is a sample that I cannot share with you. I'm sorry. And it's not done yet anyway. So last time I had talked about starting in here, I know it is. Hands-on design, let's talk stitching. I've had this kitted up forever, and I started this right after the last Flosstube video. And I had a whole bunch of floss in here, which ended up being much more than the called for floss. And then I remembered I had gone to one of the craft stores, Hobby Lobby or Joann's or whatever, and picked up the called for floss, and my daughter was with me and she likes to pick out colors for me. So I had let her pick out some other DMC flosses and they just got all tossed together. So I just tossed the whole thing into the bag and didn't know what was what. So here is my small little start on some 18 Count Navy Aida. That's it. Just that, what, 20 minutes, half hour of stitching that particular day, and I haven't picked it up since. Most of my focus has been on getting that sample done, which I am really excited to see finished. I really want to share it with you. Okay, I'm going to stuff this back in the bag. Okay, my next whip is the other one that I have spent a fair amount of time working on. You've seen this many times before. This is Let Love Rain by Teresa Kogut. This was my birthday start from last year, and I haven't shared it, but I've broken it up and into goals, and I hope to have it finished by the end of September this year. So September is when my birthday is. And I've done my own color conversion on this, which I have pinned at the top of my Instagram profile if you're interested. It is mostly color and cotton floss to brighten it up a bit. And here's where I'm at. So, oh, sorry, let me move this preloaded needle out of the way so you can't see the thread hanging in front of everything. So here's where I'm at. I am stitching this on a 32 count raw silver Belfast linen by Zweigart. And last time I had finished, okay, I gotta figure out something. I'm using my big design board, so I need to figure out something else. So we'll try to use the chart and get this to work. So last time I had finished this section here, I think, but I hadn't done, I don't think I'd done any of the chain below. So I finished that chain all the way across, and then on this other side, I've got to free up that project border, get another one. On the other side, I had brought this border here down, so this floral border to here is now totally complete, and I've started on this gorgeous moth here. So I hope to have this section here done before the end of March. That might be a bit of a stretch. We'll see. I mean, it's not a big deal if I don't get it done by my birthday. It would just be nice to have it done by my birthday. And I love it because it's so pretty. It's also going to be giant because I'm using 32 count instead of the called for count. What did they call for? What did Miss Teresa Co. get called for? A 40 count. 40 count is not my fave. I do love a good 20 count though. 20 count Aida. That has been my new love for fabric. I'm going to keep this project bag handy for later. So I've basically just been working on that one on Sundays and focusing on my model stitch. The rest of the week, I haven't had as much stitching time as I would like. It's been a bit of a busy season. But I did have a new start. Let's get it out here. I have seen this all over the place because it is gorgeous. It is 'Tis Spring by Brenda Gervais. It is such a sweet and pretty little chart. Absolutely gorgeous. So I went ahead and started it. Let's see. I don't know. I did not write down the fabric that I used. That was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So I have a small start. No, it goes this way. It goes this way. A small start on the border and those little quilty stars in the corners. Yeah, you can see that. You see those sweet little quilty stars? So pretty. And the instructions say that you're supposed to coffee or tea dye some of the flosses. Let's see. Yeah, it says to coffee dye the robin's egg and sockeye embroidery flosses. I did not do that, so I am using the full strength bright colors, and this is what the robin's egg blue from Weeks Dye Works looks like. I just ordered the kit with all of the called for colors. I didn't want to mess with the colors on this one. And I don't remember, it's a hand-dyed linen that I'm using. Looks like it's probably a 32 count. If I figure it out, I'll put it on the screen or in the description box below. Such a pretty chart. I'm loving working on that. Oh, here we go. Smart me. I put the fabric tag in my project bag. It's Atomic Ranch Weathered Stone, and it is a 32 count linen. My guess was right. I really love some of Atomic Ranch's fabrics. And I am storing this in my new blue, I think I called this the Blue Sampler cross stitch tote. These are available in my shop now. It's just such a striking pattern. I had planned on keeping one for myself anyway, and I usually don't keep my sample for myself, but there was a defect in this one that I didn't realize until it was done. So I kept the sample for myself. Here's what it looks like in the inside in use. So in the hidden pocket here, I have my scissors. I put my fabric tag here. I've got my working floss, my floss back here, and then behind here I have tucked my fabric and my chart. So, love. There's still some of these available in the shop if you would like, as well as a couple of the other releases. I still have some available. And those are all for pre-order. I can't do a full shop update because I already shipped out my samples yesterday, actually. So I can't show you all of them. Maybe I can pop up a picture really quick of just all of them together. I do know that the Tula Pink ones are all sold out. But the blue and the clutches and the green one, I don't think are totally sold out yet. But you can take a look at my shop and see what's available if any of those spark your fancy. Let's see. The only other whip I have is my knitting whip. So I am working on the Harvest Cardigan by Tin Can Knits. I'll pop a picture up on the screen. Excuse me for the sniffles. It is allergy season. Every time I think I'm just about past the sniffles, something else comes along. And here's my progress. It's actually starting to look like a cardigan. Got my circular needles flopping around. So I've separated for the sleeves, and this little stitch marker right here, that marks where I was at the last time I showed it to you. So I've made all of that progress in the last 3 weeks. So much fun, and this yarn is so beautiful. It is called Wild Blueberry, and it's by Bad Sheep Yarn. Just a stunning, stunning yarn. I love it. I'm excited about it. I can't wait to see it finished. So I'm at the point where I'm just doing knit and purl rows until I get to the length I need. And then I don't know what we do at the bottom. I haven't gotten that far yet. And then it'll be the sleeves. So it's going really well. This is great for in the car. Like, my husband is the one that usually drives anywhere we go because he likes to drive. So this is the perfect in the car project. And or if there's a day where my brain is just totally fried and I don't want to have to count or concentrate on cross stitch, I can just focus on that. And I did have a little bit of a sewing finish. I sewed up a knitting project bag because my little bag that I was using before was getting too small for this lovely sweater project. So I just used some fabric in my stash. This pretty floral print. I don't recall the designer. This pink band at the top is a Tula Pink fabric. And then inside I have some of this purple with rainbow hexes Tula pink fabric. And it's just a super simple little drawstring pouch. Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch recently did a video tutorial with a free pattern, and I used that pattern and just made my pieces larger to make a larger bag. So that was all I did. And I love it. It's great, lightweight. Okay, so we've talked about all of my whips. So I guess now we're into haul. I have quite a bit of haul. I have not practiced very good self-control when it comes to the market releases or the budget or anything. I'm only human, right? Can't follow the rules all the time. So since we were talking about knitting, I purchased the Children's Creekside Cardi pattern from Ravelry. And I want to use that in combination with this Stitchin' with Yarn Sugar Rush in these bright, fun colors. And I want to use those to knit a cardigan for my daughter, my little miss who loves all the colors. She is very much an artist. So after I get my cardigan done, that's the next planned cast on. I haven't cast it on yet. I want to get done with my cardigan first, but that's the next one lined up and ready to go. And then I'll save that for later. Then we have some regular haul and some market haul. So in my regular haul, I got my Finish That Stitch #2 from Crazy Annie's Stitching. And the project this time is for a pincushion. It's a very cute pincushion. Very cute. I do plan on making it. Maybe sometime soon. Maybe that's a project for this weekend. It doesn't look like it would be terribly hard. But the club is called Finish That Stitch. I mean, maybe I just haven't read it all, but that doesn't look like it includes any stitching or is finishing a stitched piece. So I'm confused. I'm looking forward to making it. It'll be adorable decor. It looks very springy and fun, but it's not stitching and it's not finishing a stitch. All right. And then I also got a frame from Amazon so I can finish up my model when it's done. Pretty gold frame. Next up is market haul. Ooh, I need to grab something real quick. Sorry about that. I meant to grab it before I started, completely forgot. So we have market haul. I ordered the Happiness is Homemade cookbook, which also has a lot of small little charts in it. I haven't taken the time to flip through and read all of the recipes that are in here, but I think it's definitely worth its value, even just for the small little charts that are inside. Next is The Dance by Annie the Proper Stitcher. This is such a gorgeous chart. It says, a forest full of stars that hang upon the limbs of magic flowing willows dancing in the wind. And it has this gorgeous willow tree and the lovely little stars in the sky and the house and the pattern in the grass, and everything about it is just fabulous. Annie did such an amazing job on this pattern, and I cannot wait to stitch it. I also ordered Spring House from Hello from Liz Matthews because it is gorgeous. Gathering Violets by Luminous Fiber Arts because it's cute. Strawberry Sheep by Teresa Kogut because it's adorable, that little sheep with the strawberry basket on it. I want to do that one soon. 12 Days of Christmas Stockings by Annie B's Folk Art. I'm a sucker for anything 12 Days of Christmas. And if you've seen any of the market videos of her booth at Nashville Needlework Market, she had like built this little fireplace mantle to sit around the TV and had the fireplace playing on the TV, but a lot of these stockings were hung across the little fireplace. It was so adorable. But they're just so cute and I love them. I don't know when I'll stitch them because I've already got a 12 Days of Christmas series as a whip, but these are adorable. Then we have the beautiful Serenity Chart by Teresa Kogut. Another lovely sampler. And I think this has, yeah, it's just the one chart, but broken up into several different pages. And it's gorgeous. There's just so many fun little details. There's not enough time in the day to stitch all the things. Then we have Cottontail by Hello from Liz Matthews. I adore this blue version here. I mean, both are great, but I love the blue. Oh, then I have Strawberry Sheep again. Loved it so much I bought it twice, I guess. Which is the theme because I also have two of 'Tis Spring. So those two will actually be a giveaway today because I don't need two. Then of course I picked up the 4th of July Rules by Primrose Cottage. Okay, I'm back. I had to make a little more room on my phone. Too many videos, I guess. So we have 4th of July rules. It says, fly Old Glory, remember and honor the fallen, go to the parade, watch fireworks, and celebrate our freedom. Such a beautiful chart. I don't know if I'll stitch it this year. Probably not, but it's always good to have it in the stash. Then, of course, we had to have the Patriotic Quaker because it's so cute. This I will definitely stitch this year. And then we also have the lovely Spring Quaker. I would love to start this soon. And this is what I need your thoughts on. So it calls for 3 skeins of Blooming Crocus, which of course is going to be sold out everywhere. So I have 1 skein of Blooming Crocus in my stash. Now I could mix that with 2 other purple colors, Aunt Marie's Violet and Purple Aster, and do 3 different purples. Or I do happen to have 3 skeins of Purple Aster, which is just a bit darker than the Blooming Crocus. I mean, I love how bright and fun this is. So the Purple Aster is just a little more, I don't know what the word is, a little more gray, a little more muted, a little bit more of a prim color. I love the bright color though. Or should I totally change it up and use 3 skeins of Really Tealy? That would look adorable too. So I can't decide. 3 different colors of purple. Really, I think the only choices are going to be the really tealy or the 3 different colors of purple, because I don't care for just all of the purple aster. It's not my fave. But I could mix the 3 different purples together. It means I have to think a little bit more about it when I'm stitching it. Okay, next up, I signed up on the Crafty Grimalkins website for the Atomic Ranch Fabric Club, because I'm hoping to increase my stash of 20 count Aida. But I goofed. Somehow I entered in the order for 14 count Aida. So the first one that came is Winter Mint, and I got this in a 14 count Aida. It's a very pale green with modeling. As a matter of fact, it would probably look very cute for the Spring Quaker. I know it's 14 count, so it would end up a little bit larger. How do they have this folded? It's like folding a map. You can never get it back right. It would actually look really cute with either of these options for the Spring Quaker. Oh, conundrum of conundrums. Which colors to use? I definitely don't want to stitch it twice. So that's part of my haul. Then the last piece of haul. Now I had shared this previously that I purchased the My Blue Heaven pattern from Keepsake's Cross Stitch. And this is a Summer House Stitchworks pattern. And this is going to be my birthday start this year. Why on earth am I planning my birthday start in March when my birthday isn't until September? I don't know. But it's a gorgeous chart, and I got a hold of Vicki Clayton and asked her to do a color conversion in her beautiful silks. So I have this lovely package of Vicki Clayton silks that I have not even opened yet. It looks so gorgeous. But I will be tucking those away with my pattern. And for the fabric, it calls for a 40 count cream and sugar from Fiber on a Whim. And I have an 18 count cream and sugar, but usually I stitch 2 threads on an 18 count. I know you can stitch 1 thread on an 18 count. I just haven't done it before. But I'm worried that if I use 2 threads, obviously I'm going to use twice the floss. And this is silks. Vicki Clayton silks are more budget friendly than some of the other silk companies, but they're still silks. So I would rather use 1 strand. So I think I'm going to use this piece of 20 count Fiber on a Whim, Milk and Honey. 20 count Milk and Honey Aida. It's very close to the color of the cream and sugar, maybe just a hint darker, but I think it will still look lovely. So now I have my birthday stitch all kitted up, and I'm just going to put it together in the bag with the chart and see if I can manage to save it for my birthday. Okay, all we have left now is plans. So, I mean, I watch a lot of Flosstube. Every morning when I'm sewing and working on making my cross-stitch clutches and totes and handbags, I am usually listening to and halfway watching Flosstubes. So 2 of the Flosstubes that I watch every time they release a video is Nicole Spore and Sweetwater Stitcher. Well, Nicole Spore has a fun sal going on that is stitching a biscornu. And she's going to show us how to put the biscornu together. Now she's focusing on some hands-on design patterns and turning them into a biscornu. But I have this as a whip because I'm trying to focus on my whips this year. As hard as it is, I'm trying. And this is Le Biscornu en Rose by Giulia Manfredini. And this is a class I took at the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher retreat in Kansas City last year. And I have not finished it yet. So here is my progress on the top of the biscornu. And I haven't done anything on the bottom yet. So my plan is to stitch along, but on this particular whip, and then maybe I can have a fully finished biscornu. Now, of course, I took the class, so I learned the idea of how to put it together. And Julia has beautiful photo instructions in here on how to put it together. And we received all the supplies, even the supplies to make that lovely tassel. But that gives me a little extra motivation to pull out this whip and maybe get it finished. We'll see. Then Jessica at Sweetwater Stitcher recently mentioned that she was going to do a Holy Week stitch. Now I realize next week is Holy Week, and it's also the last week of March. So if I do choose to focus on just one piece for Holy Week, that means I'm definitely not going to meet my March goal for Let Love Rain. But I like the idea of focusing on just one more religious piece for Holy Week. So Jessica, the Sweetwater Stitcher, she is going to be focusing on her Rejoice Evermore. And I have this as a whip as well. And I believe Handmade by Sarah W. is also going to be focusing on her Rejoice Evermore. She has made so much progress on hers. It is gorgeous. It's made me want to pull this out instead of working on my model that I need to get stitched. But here's my current progress. I have not picked this up in months. It's gorgeous. I want to. I've just had other goals I've been trying to keep up with, so this has been put on the back burner. So I could stitch on this for Holy Week and focus on it. I would get a lot of progress, but I definitely would not get a finish. I just have too much left to go on it. Make sure I get my floss put back in here. Or I have this. Nope. That's not the right project bag. Let's pause while I find the right project bag. Okay, I've got it now. I've done that twice now. Maybe I need to just switch that project bag. But I also have Plum Street Samplers, This I Know, that I started last year. And I still have a small start. I only have the window above the door and part of the door. But this is also a smaller chart, 142 by 150. And I probably wouldn't be able to get this totally finished, but I would be able to get this really close to being finished. So I don't know. This could be finished quicker than Rejoice Evermore. But Rejoice Evermore has kind of been calling to me. So do I go for the one that would be finished faster? Or do I go for the one that's begging to be worked on? Might end up going with Rejoice Evermore. Let me know what you think in the comments. Okay, so that is all I have to share today. It's probably a quicker video than normal, just because I've been focusing on model stitching. Not enough hours in the day to stitch all the beautiful things. So many beautiful things. And even though I definitely splurged on the market releases, there's still so many gorgeous charts out there, and we just can't stitch them all, can we? Before I get into the giveaways, I've been making preparations for the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher retreat for this year. It is in Kansas City again, very close to the Kansas City International Airport in Missouri. And I believe there's still openings. I'm not positive on that, but I believe there's still openings. It's the weekend of May 19th. That weekend. Either way, I will be there. I've already started making preparations, working on printing some of my patterns and stuffing charts and making sure I have clutches and handbags and totes there, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. So if you're looking for a retreat to go to in the Midwest, that is one that is coming up that maybe you can secure your spot and we'll get to meet each other. That would be fun. So on to giveaways. I have 'Tis Spring and Strawberry Sheep. I thought that's what it was called. I will be giving these away together. Please use the word spring in your comment, and I will draw a winner right before I record my next Flosstube video Thursday, 2 weeks from now. So that's all I have to share. Thank you for sticking around and watching, and I will be tongue-tied. I will be back in a couple of weeks. I hope you have a fabulous weekend and you get some crafty and stitchy time in. Thank you for watching. Bye.